All right, drone video. We're parked in the front of the cabin here, and we're about to take off. Amazing cabin. You're only seeing the front. It also has a kitchen that's been added on. It's got two bedrooms off the end, which are also log. Um, there you can kind of see the bedrooms and the kitchen in the back. It's awesome. Original log cabin directly on the south side of the property. Backyard has fruit trees and grapevines, and I think we're going to take a look at that in a second. This is a summer video, so we're going to get to kind of see everything with the leaves on the trees, which is nice. All right, so this log cabin is the real deal. This is a hand constructed log cabin. We're actually looking in the backyard now. We're looking at the fruit trees, and that's the actually was a at some type of winery. Those are three rows of grapevines, and they did use them to produce wine apparently at some point. So that's pretty darn awesome. We haven't counted how many mature vines there are, but it looks to be 20 or 30. The fruit trees, we looked at what looked like a pear tree, a peach tree, definitely an apple tree, and some other stuff as well. So pretty awesome. We're looking at the open meadow, which sits behind the cabin. It's essentially part of the backyard. The actual backyard would be probably up until about the little vineyard area and the fruit trees, but the property does extend to that large meadow behind. So now we're looking southerly toward the road at the south end. It does have a long private driveway, and I think we're going to do a flyover here in a moment. You can see that pond, which is pretty cool. So this is a pretty stunning location. I mean, it's only a couple hours southeast of St. Louis, Missouri, only about 10 miles north of I-44, but it's extremely private. Off in the distance, where you see that line of trees, that's the county road, that's Cactus Road. And then you can see the private gravel easement road that goes back through the open meadows and leads to the property. So the cabin itself, our map is showing that the cabin itself sits on about 11 acres. That's the easement road going left to right. It keeps going past the driveway, and now we're looking northerly on the private driveway. Takes you down through the trees and to the cabin itself. The cabin itself is amazing. We have never seen a log cabin like this one with the additional rooms, the kitchen area, all log construction. Our best guess is early 1900s as far as when it was built. Could be older than that, could be younger than that. We really don't know. Looking down at the vineyard and the fruit trees, again, we offer complete instant owner financing on all the properties sold through our website. The majority of the time we sell recreation land. This happens to be an existing cabin that was part of a larger recreational, essentially a lodge that we bought, and it was split up. This is the Jesse James project. So when you go to outcastland.com and click on the Jesse James project, that's where you'll see this. As we go northerly, this property keeps getting better and better. The property slopes down and borders a creek bed along its entire north side. And I'm not sure if we see that in the drone video or not. It can be really, really hard to pick up creek beds in the drone video. Oh, there you go. So that's the little creek bed. We call that James Creek. We saw that on a map at some point, but apparently was only on the one map because all the other maps that we found don't show it as having a name, but we're going to call it James Creek either way. It's beautiful. It's a little spring-fed Ozark Creek, gravel bottom creek. It's the real deal. It's really cool. That's the entire north side of the property. So you could definitely create some type of trail down to the creek if you wanted to do that. The hunting out here obviously is phenomenal. In fact, this basically was a hunting lodge, private hunting lodge. The whitetail deer and turkey population is amazing out here. Okay, now we're looking southerly, and I believe we're going to do a flyover right back to the cabin. Let's take a look and see here. So now heading southerly back over the meadow area. The cabin is super cool. I believe we have some other videos that probably show a better look at the exterior and the interior. Most log cabins that we've seen, first off, authentic log cabins are very, very hard to find. A lot of them just weren't that well preserved, you know, and didn't hold up over the generations. This one appears to be in pretty good shape as far as a log cabin that's, you know, probably well over 100 years old. Those grapevines are awesome. I mean, someone really took good care of those and enjoyed their own little vineyard here. So we're looking at the back part of the cabin. There's at least one little storage shed out here. The trailers and whatnot belong to our guys. I'm sure they were using that to bring equipment out here. So the back end of the cabin on the right, that's the kitchen area. On the left are the two bedrooms, and then you can't see the great room and the bathroom. They're in the far corner from here. But just unbelievable construction on this, that they did the multiple bedrooms and the kitchen apparently at about the same time they did the main structure, and it's all log. So they had to tie in all those logs together. Whoop, cruising right through there. It's got the very traditional Ozark front porch. The day this video was taken, the guys actually did come out and they mowed and weed whacked, and there are some flower beds that they found right around the cabin. One of the cool focal points is that huge rock chimney. So that, I'm sure, is built with rocks out of the creek bed on the property. I mean, they chose the coolest rocks when they did that, and there's one kind of long one right in the center that they probably intended as the focal point. So amazing property. You can check out the full listing page if the property is still available at our website at instantacres.com. We don't generally have properties with structures. Actually, it's quite rare that we do. There we're looking at the drilled well, which is toward the west side of the yard there. Amazing property. We've never had anything like it, and odds are we never will again. Pretty special. There's the power pole with the meter, and then back to the driveway. So yeah, super cool. Check out the full listing page. If you have any questions, please let us know. That's instantacres.com.